Hello Earth, welcome to episode 37 of season 2 of Making Cell, a series of videos where I record myself designing and implementing a programming environment called Cell. If you're just tuning in for the first time, I recommend you go to github.com/autocodenl/cell, link in the description. We are implementing calls, functions, sequences. Sequences is really the name for this. And yesterday we wrote last session we wrote cell response to take just a single path at a time, and it still works for everything except that last example that we had determined. So I need to develop an intuition about how things are going to be expanded. So I'm going to be doing a lot of manual expansions, let's say, today until I get it. So sorry, I have some background music. I don't know how it started. I was wondering how this could mix with Daft Punk. I didn't get it. Okay, fixed. So we always have this triad of the context path, the target path, and the value path. The context path is where you're taking your values from, which is everything to the left of the first at, the first reference. The target path is everything to the left of the rightmost at, which is basically where are you going to set this thing, but then you add an equal. So basically everything to the left of the rightmost at, and then you add an equal at the end. You basically replace the at with the equal. And then the value is where the value is coming from, which is really, you would take everything to the right of the rightmost at, and then add 1. Why add 1? Because it's stuff to the right. So basically, everything to the right of the rightmost at, and equal. And remove all the equals from it. So this is basically the current value. So just to develop some intuition again about this. Context path is ref_foo, target path is ref_foo equals. I guess I can always print the path, right? Even better. So you start with ref_foo at foo. So the context path is everything to the left. The target path is ref_foo equals, which is replace the at with the equal, the right one. And then the value path is foo. It's like where is this value that you need to put there. So this is all for references, right? For example, this one, record at pixels at location. Context path is record everything to the left. Target path is record at pixels equals. So basically the rightmost equal at is replaced by an equal. It's just a replacement, right? Yeah. And then finally, the value path is the one that skips over the equals. This is location. So here I wonder, when is add pixels being worked upon? So add pixels is being worked upon in this one. When now you have this path, which is when Yeah, because you only do one at a time, the rightmost. We already rediscovered that 2 episodes ago. I rediscovered it 2 episodes ago. So in this one, when already this rightmost at is already replaced by an equal, then we deal with this one. And then, yes, perfect. So record, then record equals is where you set it. And Pixies, trump 1, notice how we skip over the equal for the reference. Perfect. Okay. Result that if count add count. Same here. We get it from result. This is where we set it, and this is where we get it from. Notice here now that this add becomes an equal, well, not becomes, but in another path you have the result. Then you deal with this one. You get it from result. The target path is result equals, and then the value path is if count 0. Right? Yeah. And in that case, this if is processed by the if logic. Indeed, that makes sense. So whatever we write now is going to be an extension of this pattern. This is a really good pattern. It has all sorts of good properties that we stumbled upon. So we're not being clever, we just stumbled upon a good solution. So what we need to do is wise enough not to be smart and use it. Plus add, do, and 1 add. Yeah, here's already going wrong. 11 add plus 1, you said, yeah, 11 equals to plus 110. Yeah, that's where you're getting from. Indeed, this is when you're trying to resolve the thing. Okay, so back to our problems. Our problems. I'll just close. These are the notes from the previous episodes. This is the last episode. So we already did the definition part, but I don't like how we implemented this. Make the leftmost add do be the rightmost add. I'm not sure about that. I think, yeah, it makes sense. Let me just be sure of that. So basically, if I'm looking at this add do, I want to ignore everything else here. Just keep it as is. Only work on this. So yeah, actually that's a correct solution indeed in this case. So that would deal with that. In that case, for example, when we encounter this line with plus, the value path, so the target path would be +1, and it is correct. And the value path is all of this stuff. And what about the case where I get, well, this is the case where I'm executing, right? This one is the case where I get a value. You're referencing something that ends up having add do inside of it. But does it have add do? I still don't see this. And apologies for being dense, but I still don't see it. I'm still having a hard time looking at the data flow here in terms of paths. Like I'm not having the conceptual tools, one of the conceptual tools, a way to look at the data that is more compelling and obvious. Well, that's why we're building cell, right? I'll be able to look at the expansions then. here I'm working. Yeah, I'm working. So I figure out that +1 actually has a definition. Good. Yeah. Yeah, this is correct. Because you have to be able to split in a reference something that if it immediately doesn't have any value, then you need to look at add-do there. So what I want to pass here to cell do is the entire path, right? Honestly, I would just need to pass the value path. I don't need to pass the value, I need to pass this k really, which is the definition is value path slice minus k. Well, is there concat add-do, right? That's where it really is. And then the message is the actual message. We don't need the actual path there. We don't. So what I'm trying to do here, I'm just basically, I'll just do definition path message. Here we'll just do target path 0 minus 1 concat. Yeah. This thing about not caring about the context. Maybe we do in another circumstance. I'm suspicious about that. Let's just do it like this. Let's move the do upwards. I'm a bit tired of this comma get and put. I am actually very tired of it. Can we not override them? Let's just one more. Let's give it one more. But I'm really the only thing that stopped me there was the annotated source code. Wait, I don't need to get there, right? Oh yeah, because I have to pass it to SoGet. Oh, okay. 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 Okay, now I broke it, right? Yeah, guys, not defined definition. Yeah. Okay, we're in the same spot. Not too bad, I have to say. So we get the definition. There's no way around getting the definition. You know what? I need to start making my life easier. Or let's say, not easier, just more effective. I want the input here. Yeah, this won't work for all of them, right? Because expected is sometimes something completely different, right? In some, the expected was text, if I remember correctly. You know what? Let's just do it like this. Just provisorily. Why is it like that? What a mystery, huh? What? Of course, my God. Okay, this is better actually. I'm expecting this and I'm getting this. Well, this is way more readable to me than this. I'm really okay with moving forward beyond the JavaScript object literals and just bringing data like this. This is my life now. Looking for patterns. Why do I have a 1 here? Because this is wrong. See, I'm already spotting an error there. This is 2. 2. One is, I think the second one is. This one is the same now. We're just missing the expansion and the result. Okay. This is better. Way better. I'm glad I did that. Now let's have some fun here. Let's just do a helper. Let's call pretty label paths. That's this. Actually, I like it more the way it was being done before with all with the background. I like it more with the background or not. I think this is okay, right? Yeah. A bit less garish. You know what we can do to develop intuition, and it's going to be fun. After every put, so we can see every single put, what it does. Talk about visibility here. So if I just do that, look at this, entire history. Okay, this one is an interesting one. So I start with this. So these are the same, right? Yeah. Maybe something like this, because the object might change. Let's just create new. No, this is all the same, also the same. Or if I do it there, it should be the same, right? Yeah, it should be the same. putting ref foo to 10. So we get this, ref foo to 20, indirect equal to bar, and then we get this. Okay, well, how do we do it? So here we're setting ref to 100. So we have this. We're setting score to grade. No, ref, yeah, it's score, grade. Well, we already have this. Why is it putting it? Yeah, that's why there's no change. That's weird. It's like doing the same thing twice. That's probably an error. Yo. Yeah, why is it doing that? Ah, because it's doing it twice, right? But still, if it's doing it twice, it should not call. I could just make it heap here. Look, the Aqualang one only gets, no, there, again. It's getting it from score grade. I'm debugging what I should not debug, but understanding is always good. The previous value is nothing, and the current value is an empty one. Okay, in that case it seems to be doing it double, right? Oh yeah. Okay, that's a good exception. It's okay. But I could technically do something like this. And then so we only one Aqualang, right? The score. Yeah, I think it's gone now. Yeah. Yeah, the logs are not coming in the right order. Because this one, it should be this one. That's annoying. Very annoying. I still don't see why this is happening twice. And then we get to this one, right? Wait, did I break something? Yeah, I did break something, of course. Because you need to set this if it's not there. Actually, this is wrong. I should always override it if it's not the same. Yeah, it's just wrong. Let me try something here. This is better. I'm happy with this. This is pretty good, actually. This entire test suit. What if I do something like this here? Will it be order now? think this is more order now. Let me see. See, there's a previous value and current value. Maybe it's just in the recursive nature of it, because if put generates more calls, then it's put that should be doing that, right? Yeah, I think that's it. I'm not doing it properly in recursive terms. That's it. It's not about the timeouts. Yeah. It should be here. Okay, now we have it. Why is it that much? Is it really that long? Let me just change something, because it's silly that this is where's my terminal? And let me scroll back. That's a good part of being in 2025, right? Okay, it's not that much, right? Okay, well, here we have puts, direct puts, and now we have the puts with the, okay. Now we're developing a bit of intuition for what the hell is going on here. At least I am. And I have, okay, I'm putting refu and after, okay. So there's no call to put if you're not past the point where you have a previous value and a current value. Yeah. But wait, see again here, I'm getting a call to previous value and current value. We can actually make it a bit even better. Don't show me stuff that has no change. Show me the novelty, as Rich Hickey would say. Yeah, this looks good. So now you went from this to this. And now from this to this. This is fantastic. I love it. And here, gonna do it like this. Change the record. This one never fails. Here we're eliminating something, right? Yeah. Yeah, and here we get expand this one. Okay, now we understand. Now I can see it. Now I understand it. Sorry it took me a while. Okay, now I can see the expansions very clearly. There's no contest. To me, this is so much readable, more readable than just JavaScript object literals. So you see how it gets expanded. So this one starts like this. And we're setting record at pixels at location. Now it looks like this. And now we're going to start expanding the at location here. Right? Yeah. With trump 1, exactly. And now we're going to get the at. So we get it from pixels trump 1, removing the equal. That's the value path, skipping the equals. Now we get the value and we set it. And we have the record there. That's really nice. Yeah, perfect. Good. So we see all the errors. This is readable. This is readable. To make it even more readable, you know what I could do? Let me see how it looks like. Now the label. Target path. Yeah, it's pretty good. No, this won't work. Previous value. No need to do it like this. Okay, I'm done. Okay, we start here. We set 11 to plus 10. Okay, so this is the read. This comes from the do, right? Yeah, indeed. And then I set the 11 to that. And this one, the plus one. Okay, perfect. Okay, now let's just go back here. So I got the definition. I need to validate the definition. There's no way around it. That's perfect. If I have the define, I just return the value, and it's there. Yeah, it's a value to be set. Now let's just list the problems. We are going to go through each of these steps. So for each. So what's the first one? So basically I need to get from the definition I guess. Do I use JavaScript to extract this? Yeah, why not? This paths to JS definition. What is at? It's 1. It should be -1. Yeah, right? Yeah. Still. Did I shave off the any from the definition? Yeah, I already shaved it, so I don't need to do that at all. Yeah. Why is it undefined? Because it has to be outside. Come on, yes. Yeah, this is correct. Why are you refusing to give me? Actually, I shouldn't do it like this. What do I mean step? Undefined. If path 0 equals step. Why doesn't it print my step? There. Nice. And honestly, what I need to do is slice 1, right? Exactly. Nice. Okay, I have that now. So what I need to do is to call this is the magic step. So what is it? Respond on this path. This is tricky because I need to basically call this as if it was at the top level, right? No, not at the top level, as if it was in the context. Yeah, because I cannot call it just with a path. It has to be like a... I need to basically be able to pass a context path or something like that. It would be like take this +1 at int. It's not just a single path, it's 2. Okay, here's a crazy idea. What if I write this as a macro? Not, I was thinking of writing the loop as a macro, but what if I write this as a macro as well? But the macro, like how do I tell? Let's try to do it without anything. And I basically need to pass. This is the step. This is great. We have the step. We need to do call this in the context of context path. Context path being the 11, which is perfectly fine, but not even, because it's be 11 colon really, to look up stuff there so that you can resolve int. So I guess you could pass a context path. But what about the actual path you're modifying? Then you would have to set it in where? In value. What's the value path here? The value path is +110, right? No, the value path should be 11. The value path is 11. Wait a minute. Your context path is where you're doing this, where you're replacing it. And set the result on context path plus, because that's where it goes, right? No, not necessarily in the case of nested do's. All right, I'm gonna stop here and continue the next session. Thank you so much for watching.